Greatest Cards of All Time podcast number 12. Let's look at some Larry Walkers, the second Canadian inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Fergie Jenkins was the first, so that's great company to have. This guy was a legend. He's a living legend, I should say. Beautiful Topps cards here, too, to match. I love the whole deal. This is a Hall of Famer and a stud of a baseball player.
Yes. All, I guess, well-rounded, did everything well. Through defense, multiple gold gloves.
A tryhard.
One of the best arms. They talk about his base running. Obviously a great hitter. He led the league in hitting multiple times. Just stud. Awesome player.
And he is Canadian, like we said, so he grew up with a hockey stick in his hand and skates on his feet.
Right.
Hockey really didn't work out. Played some softball with his dad and brother, got real good at it. He kind of looks like a softball player to me, too. So
yeah.
He was used to, taking a pitch and just crushing the junk out of it.
So apparently his high school did not even have a baseball team. So very little exposure to baseball growing up. But yeah, cool story about basically a hometown kid. It's my understanding that, the Expos were just desperate for somebody with talent from the local area just to bring more interest to the team. And like you indicated, grew up basically with hockey skates and a stick, wanted to be a goalie and had tried out a couple of times for a professional hockey team. And, he actually, even during his Hall of Fame induction, he says, fortunately or unfortunately or fortunately, he didn't make the hockey team because of what ended up happening with his baseball career. So
yeah, he didn't really know all the rules of baseball when he first started playing either.
Right.
There was a good story about him, running past second and not tagging second again on his way back.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he comment on that in his Hall of Fame induction?
He does. Yeah. He was talking about how he was arguing the call even though he literally ran past second base on the way back.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I read that his signing bonus when he actually signed on with Montreal was only $1,500. So
yeah, and he was very happy about it, I think he said.
Right. So yeah, what about these two cards here? They're from the Topps 2021.
Both of these are numbered. These are awesome looking cards, Gold Cup cards.
Gold Cup, based off of 1987 Topps is what the card's based off of.
So you get a nice 1987 Montreal Expos uniform, which are, very eye-appealing to me, very memorable. They stand out. They look nice. Hall of Famer, Larry Walker, Gold Cups, both are numbered. What are these numbered out of?
One's numbered out of, is it 99 or 100? That one's numbered out of 99?
Yeah, this one's 20 out of 99.
Okay. The other one's numbered out of 50.
And this juicy one is 36 out of 50.
I actually like the one numbered out of 99 better, just as far as the looks. I don't know. I
do not.
No? Okay.
I don't mind it. I still think it's a very good looking card, but I do like this little gold one here. This copper colored.
Okay. Both
super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Them.
Two more awesome cards to look at. Larry Walker All-Stars, Stadium Club All-Stars, and a Diamond Kings team timeline with his buddy and teammate Todd Helton. Kind of some weird paintings if we're looking at this Diamond Kings, if you ask me. Sometimes they don't nail the likeness of the player like I would want them to, but this one is still kind of cool. You get some game-used uniforms on the team timeline. A couple of Rockies legends like that card.
No, this is numbered out of 100.
Numbered out of 100. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's even cooler. Look at that. That one's 11 out of 100. Super cool. What do you think of that card?
Yeah, I think you're right. Diamond Kings, they're known for paintings, right? Is that accurate? They're not photos. They're actually paintings. Yeah. So, yeah.
I guess if you take that into account, it's not so bad. Pretty cool.
I agree, though. Sometimes some of the paintings are better than others. These are actually game-worn jerseys, which is something that's kind of gone by the wayside now, unfortunately. Yeah. You see a lot of these. They're not even affiliated with the player on the card.
No.
It's like just dumb. Now we're...
No.
Yeah. So you got to like the older cards because they actually have game-worn jerseys. And this one is actually numbered 11 out of 100.
And check out the Stadium Club All-Stars. You get a little pinstripe included with this game-worn jersey material, right. So there's nothing wrong with this one either. You were mentioning there might be maybe some wear on it or something. Well,
you see the crease next to
might be a crease.
On the front, next to the pinstripe on the right. You know, I don't know if that was just part of how it happened with production or just somebody handling it. You can
that might just be a thicker part of the game-worn jersey. You know
I'm seeing like a crease on the card, though. I could be wrong. I'd have to take a closer look at it, but a little deceiving. It's not an all-star. You know, at first I'm like, oh, maybe this was actually worn in an all-star game, but it's authentic game-worn jersey. It's just not from the all-star game, which is not a big deal.
Yeah, from 2002 Stadium Club Baseball. This is number 335 out of 2400. Still really cool. And then you get that, is that a MLB sticker on there that kind of gives it a little serial number too?
Right.
You could probably look up to see what game that's from.
Oh, that'd be cool if that's true. I'm not sure.
That'd be cool. Maybe we could put up a graphic. Maybe we could put up a graphic that shows what game that material is from.
That would be sweet, but...
if we can look it up.
Right.
A couple of matching cards to look at here. Playoff Prestige 2003 Connections. Once again featuring Todd Helton on there with Larry Walker. Authentic game-worn materials. Pretty cool. You get a little sliver of a bat there, a little bat relic, and then a jersey relic too, side by side.
You know what stat I want to see? You were talking about throwing up some stats. I'm curious, how did these two compare as far as during their playing time together? Did they have, as far as like home runs or extra base hits, I wonder how they compared to like other top two mashers at the time. I'm kind of curious about that because, like you've mentioned, we've now seen these two together on several cards. It's not because of their defense, I'm sure, even though Larry Walker was a stud of a defender.
Two best Rockies of all time, I think, is why they get compared to each other. We can definitely put a graphic up of some statistics, some career statistics between those two. This one's 333 out of 400, so you get a numbered variety here too.
And 311 out of 400.
Yep.
Obviously back to what we mentioned on, these are game used by the players themselves. That's cool. That's what you get typically with these slightly older cards. I like this one better than the Diamond King, even though I know Diamond King is known for the paintings. I like the actual pictures, and it's not just their face. I like that. That's pretty sweet. I like the purple background. I think that's pretty cool,
that
too.
That really looks sharp in the light box. It really does.
I do like that
purple background.
You know, what's the deal with the top logo, that gray thing? That's just, am I not picturing what that's supposed to represent, or is that just some type of decoration for some reason?
Just a border they picked, I think, for the top of that card there.
Okay. Either way, this is a cool card. Both of these, I like these a lot. Okay, the next couple of cards that we're going to talk about are actually a Leaf product. We've mentioned that before, that because it's not Topps at this time, they didn't have a license. So as you can see, the jerseys do not have anything related to licensed products. So you can't see Rockies on there. Right, not the best, but
that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're okay. I like I don't know, is it a shadow box or whatever you call that, where these cards have a little more depth to them.
Yeah.
I think that looks pretty cool.
Low numbers.
They're both low numbered. One's numbered 4 out of 6. That's the nickname fame, which is nickname Booger. I've never heard him talk about that. I briefly asked you about it before we started recording this, so my guess, this is related to the movie from the 80s, Revenge of the Nerds. Where
That
they
I
had-
don't know. Could be
okay.
possible. Could
That'd
be
be
possible.
my guess. We'll have to do. I'm gonna have to do a little
It's
research.
a better
on
guess
that,
than
but-
my guess, because I've never heard of him called Booger
Okay.
either. But I
Yeah.
guess his nickname
So,
is Booger.
Revenge of the Nerds is before your time. You should probably watch that. Probably watch that.
I've seen it in bits and pieces, but I can't quote it.
All right. Well, yeah, me neither. But all right. Anyway, so the other one, the international icons, we've kind of obviously touched on this with this being the second Canadian inducted into the Hall of Fame. You actually asked me off recording beforehand if I knew who the other Canadian was, and actually I did know that. Fergie Jenkins, not to go totally off subject, off topic here, but
No, not at all. I
know.
think it's super interesting. And another thing I want to mention before I forget is the 1994 Magical Expos season that he played on,
Right.
cut short by the lockout.
right.
And they had one of the best records of all time, if not the best record of all time. Never got a chance to play for a championship,
Yeah.
and everyone pretty much assumes they would have won a championship, so he kind of got robbed on that. But he does have a World Series ring, Larry Walker does he not?
I believe so. We actually saw him going on a tour.
And I want to say he was playing for the Yankees, and he got traded mid-season, and the Yankees won a World Series that year, so they did supply him
I think we
with
need a
ring.
graphic on that. I think we need to confirm that one because
We
we
will
did see him on
definitely do
tour in
that.
the Hall of Fame, and he commented on the specific ring that was in there. The year, pointed right to it, and he just basically said something like he's got one of those, or they gave him one of those. So, yeah, we'll have to confirm what team that was on. Going back to the shortened season, I think you said that was in 1994. Yeah, that's so unfortunate. He commented on that even during his Hall of Fame induction.
Who knows what would have happened?
Right.
Yes, and I think most people assume what would have happened. And then that season afterwards, the Rockies moved to Denver, and then he spends 10 years of his life playing for the Colorado Rockies. So pretty cool story. I like this guy. You were telling me he won 3 batting titles also, so that's super cool.
Right.
And then he
7
spent
gold gloves. 7 gold
Seven
gloves.
gold gloves. And then he spent his last year of his career in St. Louis just for a season. So might have been a season and a half or something like that.
Commented on that too during the Hall of Fame induction, and basically how the fans are just great there and how much they welcomed him into the team. He felt like he had played there more than that 1 or 1.5 seasons.
This next and last card, what a wonderful treat to look at. You have, I don't even know where to start. I'm just blown away at it. Do you start with the beautiful on-card autograph, the Topps gold label, border, the gold border, top certified autograph issue of Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer. I love it. You get 2 pictures on the front here. You get a little congratulations on the back. You have received a framed autograph card from 2021 Topps Gold Label Baseball, a premier product and a premier baseball Hall of Fame legend.
I absolutely love it. I was so excited about this card that I mentioned it to you, and I actually wanted to bring it on the road with me and show you where I was meeting you.
No,
I'm like,
don't.
I know. I was like, okay.
Don't walk around with that in your back pocket.
It's not that I need to. It's just, I just thought the card is beautiful. And
It's framed nicely. It's a premium product. The gold looks phenomenal. Really lets you know you're holding something classy. And then you look at the on-card autograph, and he's got a really nice-looking autograph. Nice, clean-looking autograph.
the card has some weight too,
Really
which is pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Like when you actually hold it, it's like, man, this thing actually has some density. It's nice and heavy.
It looks
Cool.
so nice in that well-lit light box. It looks crazy.
The autograph is awesome. One of the nicer
I like the
autographs
blue. Yeah, the blue ink looks really nice too.
on card. The frame is pretty sweet. I do like that gold frame. It's probably my favorite autograph card that I have. And I actually have a fair amount of autographs, but when you factor in the picture, the two photos, I love that. Just the way the background looks too.
It's a really well laid out card. Framed nicely.
The autograph is really just like in the perfect spot and just it's just awesome. I absolutely love this card. Unfortunately, it's not numbered. I mean, I don't know if that's a big deal.
It's not a huge deal. I was expecting it when you showed me that card. I was
Yeah.
expecting it to be numbered maybe, and I flipped it over, saw that it wasn't numbered, and I wasn't as disappointed as I thought I was going to be. It's not a big deal. It's still a very unique card.
Yeah.
How
Ultimately-
many of those did they print? I don't think a lot.
That's what I was going to say. Ultimately, this product, there's probably not that many.
In a world of overprinting, that's a small printing, I think.
Yeah.
I can almost assure myself of that.
All right, the last card we're going to talk about is actually his Topps rookie card. 1990 Topps, right? Cool card. I mean, obviously during the junk wax era, and you can see I have a couple of the rookie cards.
We're going to show a couple here on the podcast, and I think it's going to be pretty neat.
So like we kind of talked about before, he's Canadian. He was actually born in Maple Ridge, British Columbia, Canada. That was back in 66, 12-1 of 66. So I kind of remember reading about his minor league career. It didn't start off the best, but they kind of kept moving him up, and his batting average kept getting better. And it was kind of hard for them to explain, but, you look back at his 85, he's batting 223, they move him up, it's 289, they move him up, it's 283, they move him up, it's 287, and then he even gets up to Indianapolis, and he's still batting 270 after coming back from a pretty significant knee injury, I believe. So just kind of a cool story. When he first started, because he had such limited exposure to professional baseball, didn't even have a high school team. He said for like the first year he didn't think he hit a curveball or a slider. So, once he started seeing those professional level curveballs, it took him a little while, but caught on pretty quick.
This card is very eye appealing to me. I like the border. You get the Expos in the top left. Nice Topps logo that complements the background in the top right of the card. Yeah, Larry Walker leaning up against the fence, just pondering his future. That turns out to be one of the Hall of Fame caliber players of all time.
I like the hat.
And the Montreal Expos uniform, is what I wanted to comment on. Super cool.
Red, so it's got the red back, it's got the white front, and then the blue.
How about those baby blue gloves, too, to match? That just,
too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just makes that red pop so good.
Too. Yeah, I really do like that.
Larry Walker, man, what a beast.